Mixta for the boys, the mixta, get your mix.
Yo, Mixta Boyz back up in this bitch.
We back.
Yup.
It's your boy Max.
Two cheese.
And Fats.
And today we doing some end of the year shit, you feel me? So we got our top 7 movies of the year. No particular order, but we will pick our favorite. So 7s is something we do. Everyone does 5 or 10. We figure let's be in the middle, you know, on the lucky number 7. So we're gonna go ahead and get it started with Fat Boy right here. His top 7 movies, no order.
Yup.
And first one up
is Antebellum. Well, I'm gonna go in a little bit of order. I'm going like more alphabetical.
All right.
Just so everybody knows. So I'm gonna start with Antebellum. It was I liked it. It was a good movie. It was like about this one woman, one black lady.
Oh no! Let him go shut your shit down.
About this one black lady who basically she was I believe a politician or within the political parties, and she got took into this countryside ranch out in the South, which they do. Well, it's going to be spoiler because it's more towards the end of the movie.
Don't spoil it.
Don't spoil it.
Well, if you want.
I mean, it's a review. It's top 20, so if you didn't watch it this year, well, you can fucking find out what it's about. And she basically gets kidnapped by some other dude, some white racist dude who has the whole reenactment of slavery in his little compartment or his little grounds, and she tries to escape that. It's pretty crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it like a horror movie or like a thriller?
It's like more like a thriller.
Oh, okay.
It's more like a thriller. Yeah. And then
what's your next up? No order.
My next one is Buddy Games.
I had that on my shit. It's on my list.
Didn't watch it.
It was a sleeper. It was like I didn't really want to watch it, but my brother told me to watch it, and it ended up being a good movie. It ended up being funny. I wasn't expecting it to be as funny as it was. All 7 of them, and then the fucking at the end with the bat, not with the bat, but the whole plot unveils.
Yeah,
with the fucking dude and the gun.
I watched this shit. I thought this was pretty fucking funny. Pretty much these dudes get together every year and have like a Olympic style crazy obstacle course type shit, and the one dude kind of wins like almost every year. So his homie like kind of accidentally purposely shot him with a paintball, but it hit his nutsack, so he shot his nut off. And then during surgery, he lost his other nut. So for the whole movie, he has no nuts. So
Kendall.
And then he comes back like 5 years later, and this is pretty much what the movie's about after that.
Yeah, getting the whole group back together.
Yeah.
For one last buddy game.
Including the dude that shot him in the nut.
Yeah.
So,
and keep in mind, there's a cash prize, which is pretty big.
100,000.
Yeah.
100,000.
Yep.
One of the dudes ended up being hella rich, so you put 100,000 on the line on this one. I think it's a good movie. Once again, it was something that I was like, what the fuck? Like, you know, some noticeable actors, not no big time players, but it was surprisingly funny. Like,
oh yeah,
I fucked.
It was a sleeper comedy.
So what's your next one?
So my next one. Oh.
Okay.
Right.
Or not.
All right, or not. Phone locked up.
You have a two movie list.
No, my next one's gonna be Sonic.
That's on my shit.
It's on mine too.
Yeah, it was Sonic. It was an anticipated movie. They had to redo it because of the whole fucking nobody liked the design of Sonic.
Hey, and that's a big move. We've never really seen a movie do that where they kind of
just the eyes. They just changed the eyes.
I changed a lot about that motherfucker, man.
Yeah,
he looked completely different.
And the shoes.
They changed his whole body shape, his shoes, all that shit.
His face.
Yep. They changed everything about that motherfucker. But they pushed it back like almost a half a year or a year?
I believe almost a year.
But then you got to see the god Jim Carrey do his Dr. Robotnik. I mean, you couldn't have picked a better person for that shit. Yeah. That shit's fire, man.
Nope. And then the little fucking Tails ending.
Yeah, it kind of gives you that sneak peek, like, oh, the next one's going to have Tails. And I'm like, yep, I want to see the next one. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I was very happy to see this shit. I obviously watch it with my kid. But, I mean, it's good for people of all ages.
Yeah, and then my next one is going to be Tenet.
I didn't watch this one.
Me either.
It was a decent movie. I liked it. It was more like a fuck with your head type of movie, but if you like those type of movies, it's a good watch. But the only thing that like kind of threw me off of it was like they told me you had to watch it back and rewind or whatever, but it didn't make sense because you can't rewind a movie and watch it again. So it was kind of stupid in that sense, but And for the movie itself, I liked it. It was about just everything that happened. It was basically they were going through everything that happened already, but they at the end they relive what already had happened on the other end.
That shit sounds confusing as fuck, which
It
is
is.
why I didn't watch it. Everyone that I know that watched it was like, you gotta really pay attention and you might have to watch it again. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
That's enough for me not to say no.
And then next, I got The Hunt. So The Hunt is like all these elites
This is a good movie. It's
Yeah.
alright.
set up, get like a group of people, and there's like a crate in the middle with the pig, and it's full of weapons, and they all just scatter trying to survive, and it's like in a remote ass spot, and they just get picked off by the elites.
So is this like The Pest with John Leguizamo?
No,
Where that
Nah.
fool was like on the island, they were hunting him?
nah, it's probably not as
So
funny.
this is like a little mini Fortnite?
What? No, it was like, so basically like, alright, so in Fortnite, all the NPCs are basically set up trying to kill you.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all linked together trying to kill you. And if
Alright.
you call 911 or anything, it's to their dispatch.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Alright,
so
alright.
they like, alright, you're there.
I might have to check that one out. I think
Yeah.
that one slid under the radar for me.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
And what else you
Good
got?
at 5.
Yeah, the next one I got is The Informer.
Oh, I had that one on my shit.
The Informer was pretty dope.
That one caught me by surprise too. I was at this nigga's house just on YouTube watching movies of 2020 look out for, and I think this might have had a one on there. And I put it in my phone like, oh, that looks tight. And I would say I'm pretty good about looking at trailers and telling if the movie's gonna be good or not.
Yeah, for me, what caught me to it was because it had the I read the little description. I was like, oh, all right, it's about some type of snitch, and I was like, it seems like a movie I most likely might watch. And then it ended up being a lot more crazier than that. This dude's linked up with the FBI, the fucking mob,
Yeah,
and
both ways.
Fuck.
Double agent.
yeah, and he smuggles drugs.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah, I think anyone that likes these like prison type movies are like, this is a good movie.
Yeah.
Because he gets sent to prison from the mob. Like,
And it jumps right into it from the start. As soon as you start the movie, it's already in action. Everything
yeah.
happens
Like
from
that.
the beginning.
yeah, within
It's
like
crazy.
the first 20 minutes, it's like, I mean, it's not even
Hella
spoiler alert.
stabbings and shit.
Yeah.
It's
hella.
it's not even spoiler alert, but like he's already an FBI agent working for the FBI, and he's like in the middle of infiltrating the mob. So it starts off like where it's like
In the
he's
middle?
about to catch him, and then
But
some
then they
bullshit
rewind it
happens,
back.
and he owes him a favor
Yep.
as an informant still. So it's like, it's fucking nuts, man. And he can't give up that he's an informant, so he has to go to prison for the mob and do what they say for like 4 or 5 years. It's fucking...
And it gets crazy. It
Yeah.
gets crazy.
Yeah.
And then to top it off, my last one is gonna be Shia LaBeouf, the tax collector. Even though he
was on my
wasn't,
shit, too.
even though he
That's a good
wasn't
one.
really the main actor, he was like the co. But it was hard. I liked it. It was like
It was a good movie, but his role was trash.
Yeah,
You know?
I think his role was like super overhyped, right? Because I
Should've
don't
been
know
better.
if it was just a rumor, but when he said supposedly he got that real tattoo on
No,
his
he does.
chest,
He has him. He has him for real.
but he never once had his shirt off in the movie.
No, he always has some badass suits on though.
He had some badass suits, but supposedly he got that tattoo for the movie, but never shows it in the movie. So what the fuck was the point of getting that shit?
to look tight. So
Was
it's
a
always
real
to look
life
tight.
creeper, homie.
Creeper. I think honestly, like, I think it was one of the better movies of the year, but I was just kind of bummed out by Shiloh's kind of role in it because I thought he was gonna be super hard, and he wasn't really that hard of a character. The way they talked about him was like, "Hey, that fool's like."
I mean,
oh, shit.
like he had respect and shit, but like they never,
It never really showed him doing anything.
I mean, they showed him a few scenes where he was like
He-
chopping some niggas up in the tub, and he's all bloody, Scarface style. But
Yeah, that was it.
But that was
But as
it.
soon as he got against like another real nigga, it was over.
No, a real bitch. A real bitch. It was a female.
Yeah, that's true. It was a female. It was a female. So that's your 7 right there.
That's my 7.
I'll go next.
All right, let's go. What you got?
For the first one, I'm gonna start off with Greenland.
Greenland.
Yeah, I thought that movie was dope. You know what I mean? It has a lot to do with like the events that are going on now. You know what I mean? Like shit's just cool, and then all of a sudden niggas are on lockdown. There's a comet that's passing through Earth,
Oh, shit.
and like everybody's supposed to just watch it like the Northern Star thing that just happened.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah,
like
yeah.
that shit infiltrates the Earth, and it just starts like raining comets, and like it just there's nothing no one can do about it. So it's kind of like the end of the days type of shit.
All right.
So it's pretty dope. It's got Gerard Butler, and I don't know what that chick's name is, but she's a chick from Gotham.
All right.
So it's got some pretty good actors in it. I thought it was.
I don't think I've seen that one. You seen that one?
Nah.
Okay. Greenland.
Yeah. And for the second one, I'm gonna have to go with Spell.
Yeah. Okay.
That one's
another one
dope.
that I meant to watch but didn't get around to watching.
That one's like about like some dude who's like a lawyer, and one of his family members die, and he gets like this random call that he's got to go like to the South because that's where his family's from. They're all like black Southern folks from Mississippi and Southern, and he ends up he's like a pilot as well, so he ends up flying like his little plane with his family, but he gets caught in like a weather turbulence, and his shit crashes. So when he ends up crashing in like this little southern town where there's nothing but voodoo people.
Oh damn!
Yeah, and it's
just a voodoo horror movie.
Yeah, and it gets crazier from there.
I might watch that one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
I saw the trailer to it, and I was definitely gonna watch it, but it kind of just slipped my mind. That's why.
And I remember seeing the poster somewhere too, but I don't
it's
remember
with Ghost
where.
from Power. With Ghost from Power.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? I'm Mario Hardwick.
All right.
What you got on your next one, man?
Well, Fat Boy said Tax Collector. So that one for sure had to throw it on there.
All right.
And then Sonic is another one that I had on there.
Yep.
So, definitely Jim Carrey, man. And then I have to go with Mulan. Mulan was, I felt like it was a good movie for being a real movie, but I felt like there was a lot of things that they switched up on it that I didn't like. But it
still made your top 7.
But it still made my top 7 because there's not anything else to watch. You know what I mean? So I felt like that one was like it wouldn't have made it, but it made it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, COVID hit us hard this year with the movies and music, a lot of stuff.
There was all kinds of shit that was supposed to be released, the Eternals and a bunch of other shit, and it all got pushed back, man.
Yep.
Damn.
The Black Widow movie, all these movies.
So I heard there was no Mushu.
There's no Mushu.
That's why I didn't watch it.
He's like a little, like a spirit dragon, yeah. But it was good. It was
not
good.
Eddie Murphy, man.
Nah, for sure.
What else you got?
I'm gonna have to go with Songbird.
Songbird. I watched that one. It wasn't my shit, but I watched it.
It was a good movie. I felt like they were spot on, man. They were spot on with a lot of the shit.
They were only like 5 years in the future too, and they were doing their little prediction. It was like COVID 24 or some shit. 23.
Damn.
Yeah, and it was. Now the only thing I will say is, I believe this was hyped up to be like if there was movie theaters, like it was supposed to be a big movie of the year. But it kind of felt like a Netflix movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's just get this done. I think everything in the movie was too easy. It was kind of like almost like a long TV show.
And for having a lot of good actors in it as well.
Yeah.
It had a lot of good actors in it.
But I think it's one of those movies where I say it's worth watching if you don't have nothing to watch. Watch it once. You probably won't watch it twice, but it's good for the first watch.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Definitely.
It does get you thinking, like, damn, is this how it's going to end up?
Damn.
Like, so, yeah, I recommend that shit to people.
And for my last one, I'm going to have to go with Soul, man.
Soul.
It's a good kid movie, you know what I mean? Everybody saying that it's what's bringing black people together. It's bringing soul back, and all that. And that's cool, man. If a movie could impact people and anybody really, you know what I mean, then it's doing something right, man.
Yeah, I fucks with it. I got about halfway through, and I fucking crashed out because of the edibles, baby. But yeah, I didn't finish watching it, so I couldn't put it on my list, man. Unfortunately, but yeah, I watched half of it. I was into it though.
Yeah, just the beginning when they're playing and everything's all trash.
Yeah.
It's like, it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, for sure. Pixar rarely disappoints. Rarely disappoints. And is that your 7 right there?
That's it.
That's your 7. All right. So for me, man, I had Sonic like all of us did. I had Buddy Games. I had The Informer. I had Tax Collector. So the ones that y'all didn't have is one is Social Dilemma. Social Dilemma was Netflix, I guess, kind of like what do you call that shit? Like a documentary.
Okay.
And it had a whole bunch of people that used to work for Instagram and Facebook and all these companies, and just pretty much giving you the game on like how social media really works, and it is fucking crazy. Like, it is insane. Everything they said was stuff that I knew, but like didn't know in detail, you know? Like, you know that these niggas are listening to you. Everybody knows if they said anything around their phone and they go somewhere to search, sometimes it's already right there. Like we know, but it goes even deeper than that, like, as far as social media. So I think this is a must-see that everybody should at least put some time away to watch it. It is kind of long and boring, I guess you can say, since it's documentary style, but I think it's probably the most important thing to watch this year.
I'll probably watch Spell before I watch that.
Yeah, well, they'll be smarter for watching one than the other.
But it'll be more entertaining.
Another one I have is The Wrong Missy. That one was, I believe, dropped on Netflix with David Spade, and I don't know what her name is, but she's funny as fuck in this movie, man. She's funny as fuck in this movie. This movie was actually really funny, and I was surprised because it was another thing where I was kind of scrolling through, and I always seen it, and I knew it was David Spade, but I'm like, I mean, a lot of the recent movies with Sandler and Spade have been and but I had nothing else to watch. Like you said, weak year for movies. Ran out of TV shows. Watched it one day, and I was like so happy I watched that shit. That shit was fucking. That bitch, she was funny as shit. You would think it would be David Spade, but when you think about it, David Spade's never been the type of dude other than Joe Dirt to be the main character and like carry the funny.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He's always just been a good guy in fucked up situations.
And the Dickie Robertson or what is that?
Child Star.
Yeah, he had to be the main.
That was pretty good. But this shit, I forget what her name is, but she was hilarious, bro. Like, and this is like this is not for the kids. Put it that way. You know?
Oh, okay.
It's not for the
Not
kids.
to watch it.
It's an adult comedy. It's good.
I got to see the trailer on that one.
And then I got one more that y'all didn't have, and that's Onward. And Onward was a Pixar movie set in, like, I don't know, these dudes are like fucking trolls or some shit.
I think he kills his brother, man.
Huh?
What?
Doesn't he? Doesn't he kill his brother?
No, the dad died.
The dad died.
Yeah, the dad died.
Damn.
These two, no, they're not Cain and Abel, though.
Yeah. Nah,
No.
because my wife was watching it. I remember somebody died in field.
Yeah, so the dad died when they were young, and his whole life he's just like been missing them. But this is like at a time where they can learn magic, and like they have like flying dragons or like the stray cats and shit. Like, it puts in that time how Pixar and Disney do with all the kind of shit. But I think it was really good because it kind of, I noticed with Pixar right now, at least lately with a lot of their movies, they're having such deeper meanings in their movies. Obviously with Soul, you got Inside Out, you got I don't know, fucking most of the Pixar new ones have like a deeper social message. Coco, yeah. So this one was like the dad wasn't there, the mom raised it too, and they got half of their dad back with a spell. So it was just like his pants.
Oh, yeah.
And that was like, for like half the movie and shit. And then at the end, I'm not going to ruin the ending for you, but it's a really good ending. You know, might get you a little choked up. Might be some onions in the room, you feel me? Yeah, but I think it's definitely worth a watch if you haven't seen that one. Sure. And I think that's the only other three I had. So to go back down our list, I believe the ones that we all had was Sonic, Tax Collector. Sonic the Tax Collector, I think, is the only two that all three of us had. And then we had Buddy Games and Informer in common. And
I had all different ones besides two of them from you guys.
Yeah. So out of your seven, you want to go down your seven real quick?
Yeah, Greenland,
no order.
Spell, Soul, Tax Collector, Sonic, Mulan, and Songbird.
And your favorite of the year? Number one.
I'd have to go with it's probably between Greenland and Spell. I'd have to go with between those two, man.
Greenland and Spell.
Yeah, just because I was really interested in like
kept their attention the whole time.
You know, like there's movies where like I'm interested, but it loses my interest somewhere throughout the movie, and then I have to refine that. You know.
Yeah.
And I felt like these movies were like, I was like, oh shit, the whole time. You know.
Okay, so Spell and Greenland. Mm-hmm. All right. And for you, Fatboy, you're seven?
My seven in alphabetical order were Antebellum, Bud Games, Sonic, Tenet, The Hunt, The Informer, and The Tax Collector.
And your number one?
My number one?
Best movie of the year, 2020.
Sonic! Let's go.
Oh, okay, I ain't mad at that, man. That was
a good one.
And I did have honorable mention, Wonder Woman.
That was right outside. We'll go through those after our list right now. So for me, no order at all. I got The Wrong Missy. I got Tax Collector, Onward, The Informer, Buddy Games, Sonic, and Social Dilemma. And for my number one, I mean, fuck. I mean, it's hard because these other ones are actually like movies. You feel me? So, but I gotta go with Social Dilemma. I just feel like it's the most important movie that has come out of 2020, and I think especially if you have children and shit, like, and even if you're having kind of issues where you're like not understanding some people how they react to social media, because some people like they're like that's their life. You feel me? So it explains all that shit from top to bottom of all the effects that your phone and social media has on you. So I'm gonna have to go with that one. Now I'm pretty sure we all had honorable mentions, right? Some that just slipped out. Nope. Those are only 7 this nigga like.
Yeah.
I had a couple more. You said you had which one?
I just had Wonder Woman.
The first one or
no
18?
the new one that just came out. 1984.
1984. I had a couple. I had Spencer Confidential. That was with Mark Wahlberg on straight Netflix. I had a Coffee and Kareem.
I didn't like
that was with Ed Helms.
I thought that movie was whack as fuck.
Yep.
See, I liked it. I liked it because of Ed Helms. The kid was kind of like,
Yeah, he was the worst part.
Kind of looked like a fat lesbian girl, but it was a boy.
Damn.
But still, fuck it. If you ain't got nothing else to watch, fucking throw it on. I liked Hubie Halloween. I know a lot of people probably didn't like that shit.
So trashy.
Didn't watch it.
Well.
That was Adam Sandler, and it was just a typical Adam Sandler, a bunch of cameos, his typical crew, but he was like a kind of neighborhood watch kind of guy on Halloween because he lives in Salem. And yeah, it was just a wacky Halloween movie. I think it was fun. And then I had Impractical Jokers, the movie.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Paula Abdul, you know me up in there. I love the show. The show's been off for so fucking long, but the movie, they dropped the movie, so it's the only part of Impractical Jokers I can get. The movie had a fake plot, but it had real pranks in between. So it was a good mix. You know, it was like the show, but then you could tell when it was a fake plot, and they're like, "Oh, the acting and shit," which they're not good actors. So. You know, it's whatever. But those are the honorable mentions of the year. So I got Social Dilemma as my number one. You got Sonic as your number one.
Yup.
His is between Greenland and Spell. He has them tied for number one. All of us were different, for the most part, different movies. I mean, some of them, you know, 2020 was a weak year. So, I mean, honestly, there wasn't much to choose from. Not even on the foreign tip. On a lot of different, you know, countries shut down also their shit. So,
fuck 2020, fuck COVID.
Fuck 2020, man. But
I mean, 2020 is all right, man. COVID is the only thing that's been trash.
with that being said, by this time next year,
We might be in
oh,
bubbles.
2021 might be the greatest
Hopefully.
year ever for movies.
Hopefully.
If it gets planned
Hopefully,
right.
You mean
man. We
streaming,
can only
for
hope,
streaming.
man.
Streaming? Yeah, streaming. Movie theaters are dead.
Yeah.
bro.
We can only
It's
hope
over.
Gavin Newsom out of house.
You feel me? And on that note,
We out.
Mixta Boyz out.